And we're live. Hopefully, tonight's more productive. Guess what? We have two completed bios and two samples of a third bio on a six bio world. So we're trying to find that third sample. Let's go into the chat room. Hello, guys.
Hello, Philip.
That's very unusual since we were all told you couldn't get more than 25 or 50 couriers in a system.
What? How many are in there?
In Colonia, 124.
Holy shit. That's insane.
Can you imagine the lag?
Oh my lord. Yeah, that's going to be unbearable. Hell, they were restricting like what was it, 20 carriers to a system. Let alone.
Well, that was an Odyssey. That's an Odyssey. They may have moved them in the Horizons.
No, in Horizons it was the same way because if you remember when we went down there to Crystal Shards, we were in Horizons and I couldn't jump into the system.
Yeah, that's true.
And all I had was 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this being the thing, the 20 cap before
I think Colonia a special case.
Maybe.
Either that or it's going to be some wild ass story come Thursday.
Yeah,
I mean,
something's going on.
Oh, there's a story getting unfolded. So far, I've found two engineers that I know of that's tied to it, and the third one just because he collects occupied escapopods. Kip Fowler from Odyssey, and Professor Palin from Horizons.
Of course, Professor Palin would be involved in something. Pain in the ass to unlock.
No, he's not.
He's the hardest one to unlock because of all the BS you have to do to get to him. You have to unlock so many engineers before you can unlock him.
Professor Palin was one of the first engineers we had on the board. He was the first engineer in that line of engineers to unlock, and all you had to do is get acquainted with him or with Marco Quint,
and to unlock
and attain a maximum distance of 5,000 light years and provide 25 sensor units. All really easy to do in a couple of days.
Get Marco Quint, it's not easy.
Elvar, all you had to do is unlock the first engineers.
Yeah, but it's what you have to do to unlock them. You have to spend like 3 hours cozying up to one of the factions. I forget which it was.
3 hours is nothing.
Elvar Matucket, 300 light years, provide 3 spoonbill relics. You can buy them. No biggie. You get introduced to Mel Brandon, but you can skip Mel Brandon and go to Zachary Nemo.
What does he have again?
Hang on a minute. Let me see. No, you don't even have to go to... You unlock Elvira, she gives you Marco Quint. Marco Quint, you have to gain a reputation with Sirius Corp.
Yeah.
And provide 25 module terminals.
Oh
Which you have
yeah,
to do
yeah, the 25.
missions.
Yeah. Those
And then
module
you only
terminals
have to
take a
you have to
while.
fuck with 1, 2 engineers to get to Professor Palin. So it's not what you're making it out to be.
You need to be allied with Ceres and get 25 module terminals. That's a pretty pain in the ass. Probably the hardest, most long-winded thing to do in the old engineers.
No, you go out and explore because you got to have 5,000 light years for one of them anyway. So when you got back, you got enough data on board to become allied with Sirius. That's how I did it.
And unfortunately, I was going to do him when I came back, and I accidentally sold my data.
Yeah, because you
So
can't think fast enough to do anything. Yeah, I understand
no, I
that.
forgot.
That's your fault.
I
That's not.
forgot you needed allied with some wackos.
All I'm saying is that yeah, if you'd have thought about it and done it the correct way, because when I go after an engineer, I look and study. What do you have to do? Why? How come? Where is it? Where's it located?
You
Find all
need
the shit,
data
write down
for
the
a
notes,
lot
and
of
go.
things, though. There's a lot of
What?
factions you want to ally for different reasons, though. Not just engineers, but you're always selling data for something. You want
Right.
you
That's the
want
reason
to get
why I don't
special
sell mine every
missions.
time.
You want to get special missions from a certain system. You have to sell data if you want to get allied in a timely manner.
But you're making it sound like it's a weak process when it's not.
Between that and the 25 module terminals, it is a week-long process.
You can have 25 modules in however fast you can do missions. You go up there and do the Rebeagle run. That's what they give you in rewards is the choice between that rep and credits and module terminals. You can pick up 25 in probably about an hour just doing passenger missions. It's done. D2 done it. Trace has done it. Tyrone has done it. It's real easy to do it. You just have to do it and not be airhead about it. It's like that one, was it Congo L or something? The last one of the engineers, or getting close to the last one. You either have to make 3 trips, or you find a buddy to go in there and buy it, bring it out, drop off what you need, go back inside, buy the rest of it, and drop it off outside. And then you go sell it in one lump sum, and then you come back and return the favor to him. Or you just have him keep buying it till you get what you need and what he needs. When he comes out, you drop him off, he picks him up, and then you both go. It's real simple. Use your head beside something to hang a lampshade on. It's like you were running around doing missions trying to get, what was it, 50 trade things at different stations, and I found out all you have to do is buy and sell one limpet, and it's considered a trade, and there you go. So everywhere I stopped, I just buy and sell a limpet.
I wasn't doing anything crazy. That's why.
You were going around to each station and doing a mission or buying something and taking it somewhere. Yeah, you was. Go back and look at your videos.
Not for the one that had you trading to 50 different stations. I bought a bunch of crap at one station, and then every time I stopped at another station, I would sell one. That's all I did.
And being interdicted when you didn't have to be. You could go in empty, buy a limpet, sell a limpet. There you go.
It's like the one, the black market one. I found a system had 5 black markets in it. Easy. Just went to each individual one, and that was it, done. One system.
Yeah, well, I'd just send Trace in, and he'd buy 5, 1 or 2 hydrogen fuel cells. He'd drop one. We'd unfriend each other, and he'd drop one. I'd pick it up and scoot in there and get it done. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one.
Yep.
Real easy, and you wasn't hassled by pirates trying to interdict you and blow your ass up.
I was just lucky with mine, I think. The fact that I picked up some abandoned cargo, stolen cargo.
Yeah.
And happened to find a system.
Well, anybody could do it. But we just took a lot of the danger off of
away from it.
Because, it's real easy to get a Sidewinder to where you can't hardly scan it and you're invisible when you go into station. But it's hard to fight in a Sidewinder if you get interdicted. Because you don't have no shields, you don't have nothing. You're just flying around there basically skinless. So we just took out some of the dangerous parts of it.
Orbital flight engaged.
I'll be right back. Coffee. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Landing gear deployed.
What's that one? Ugh. Chris is playing his car mechanic again.
Cool.
Must be out with the dog at the moment, though, I think.
If I take my carrier, it's 45 jumps, and it used 3,164 tons of tritium.
Then you got to find somewhere to park.
Yeah, and then fill it back up. Or at least get 4,000. Well, I got enough round trip. 3,000 out, 3,000 back. I got 11,000.
Drive assist
My
on.
SRV over the mountains, but I can take it up to it.
Low gravity warning.
And you can get, what is it, 20 minutes per jump. So 5, 10, 15, 21. You can get 3 jumps an hour. It'd take you 15 hours non-stop jumping to get from here to Columbia. And I mean, that's spot on, not waiting for nobody to scan nothing. That's jump, wait for cool down, plot again, jump, wait for cool down. Would I be miserable?
Miserable, yes, but surprisingly fast.
Wouldn't surprise me none if the engineers don't unlock this Thursday. That's the reason why you got 124 carriers there. New
Possibly.
engineers.
Well, they said, I thought they weren't coming in until the next
Yeah, but there's no
patch 7.
deadline for it yet, so I mean,
They said sometime in the near future.
Yeah.
They didn't really give a set
Yeah.
date.
and they
And
have
you got
been
3
known to just drop something out of nowhere.
and you got 3 engineers there with envelopes behind them for the next engineer. Let's make sure, just in case. Yeah, I've got enough to get out there and back.
Oh, there we go. Second crash of the day.
Ah, damn. Why can't I get out of my SRV?
Log all the way
Damn it.
out. Reboot your modem, come back in. Find you another tier or pillar or pylon or whatever you want to call it.
First of all, I had it just crash in Super Cruise.
But I do love mysteries, and this is a pretty good setup for mystery. I've been sitting here reading this thing, and it's like, they're going to introduce Thargoids, boys. They've been experimenting on humans with Thargoid technology, so What's to say the Thargoids we fight on foot wasn't once a human?
Mm. That would definitely spice things up.
Well, if you remember right, you go to the Thargoid base sites, which we have been. Remember, we seen that door that's
Yeah,
supposedly, if you get an Angie key or whatever, you can get it a combination of whatever hell
yeah,
you can get it to open.
yep,
Well, that opening isn't big enough for any of the Thargoid ships to fly through.
yeah,
But
that's,
we can take an SRV
yep,
into it. And I've been in the one that, if you activate it right, it shows the big galaxy map.
mm,
I did go in there in an SRV. That is the most spookiest place I've ever been in my freaking life. And it's kind of like I went in, looked around, and said, "Yep, okay, I done it." And then out I went. It's like, no. Because I kept thinking the damn door's going to close and I'm going to be trapped in here. But I know these carriers. I know the Leviathan. The last time I checked up on that fleet carrier was
that was in the bubble the last time I've heard about it. Seen it
well,
listed.
no. The last time I seen it was about a month ago. It was out in that last oh shit section or region where along the outside edge of where like Beagle Point is, except it was about like at 2 o'clock. I was out there exploring.
Wow,
That
okay.
was about a month ago. Pandora. Now I've seen her 2 or 3 times when we were doing the salvation thing when we were out there at the Horsehead Nebula.
Mm,
It was in we ran across her in 3 to 4 different systems on the way back into the bubble, coming back and listening to all the audio logs. But these carriers have come a long ways across the galaxy to go to Colonial all of a sudden.
yep.
Canon's got 3 or 4, possibly 5 carriers in Colonia at this moment.
Damn.
So it does intrigue me. Plus, Dorn, D-O-R-N, is the engineer that requires the occupied escape pods.
Yep.
This Type 9 was supposedly hauling occupied escape pods, and he talks about experiments done on them. Says they are monitoring for alien encounters in tech. People are going missing. They are taking them and running experiments. That's what I was delivering. Escape pods full of people. And I think he was trying to get to Dorn because Dorn wants occupied escape pods for some reason.
Mm. Well, know Dorn is working for it for the Zargoids. Nah, I doubt it.
Well, don't know. Professor Palin, let's see, there's a little bit of history behind him. Let's see, what does it say about Professor Palin? They call Kit Fowler a conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
Professor Palin had been traveling from Obsidian Orbital to Mana to begin construction of a new research outpost when his ship came under attack and it was enveloped by a larger vessel. Palin recalls being interrogated by at an unknown location about a research into Thargoid sensors for several days. See, he wants you to give him Thargoid sensors
Mm.
to unlock him.
Yeah.
Although most of his findings were already public knowledge, his captors were convinced he was withholding something. Eventually, they seemingly gave up, sedated him, and placed him in an escape pod that was likely sold to the Blue Hand Gang criminal syndicate.
Mm.
Uh,
Well, that doesn't seem.
Independent pilots recovered Palin's pod on March 3rd during a campaign to segregate the Blue Hand Gang in Orulus, and Palin made a full recovery at the Wilkes orbital in wherever before sharing his experience with the media on March 14th.
Huh.
Unfortunately for the professor, his ordeal was not yet over, for it was discovered on March 17th that his captors had infected him with a strain of Sibylus plague,
Mm.
probably intending for Palin and his assistants to spread it among the public. Authorities of Wilk Orbital quickly quarantined Palin and organized deliveries of ceremonial helic tea, and by March 24th, the disease had been neutralized, preventing an outbreak. The kidnapping left a lingering impression on Professor Palin, resulting in his decision to resign from the Palin Institute on April 15th and retire to private life, where he could continue his work on Thargoid sensors outside the eyes of the public in the dark forces. Ah,
Hmm.
oh,
That
but where
that
would
could
we
be
be?
that could be tied to that terroristic group that been blowing up stations using Thargoid weapons and stuff. It wouldn't surprise
They
me if they
interrogated him over
kidnapped.
that
Yeah.
and found him innocent.
No, no. I mean the people who kidnapped him are probably the
Doesn't
terrorists.
say. There is an organization called the Black Flight, which is a military op, kind of like our NSA CIA. Nobody knows anything about them.
Mm.
Where's Mr. Kit Fowler? Anyways, I like mysteries.
So do I.
When you can't guess, you've got to get the research and read through it. Start connecting the dots. finally, we are at Kit Fowler. Perceptive views will match his technical genius by transmitting this end-of-time broadcast. I'll be helping people resist the narrative conditioning being pumped into their minds by the faceless elite. Kit Fowler provided specialized engineering services from his workshop. He has used his show to make outlandish claims over the years, these including labeling the shadow figure's salvation as an AI construct, accusing Utopia of secretly creating new species of humans, and arguing that the universe's true shape is being concealed by the superpowers sponsored holograms. LaFrost advertised Fowler's content with an excerpt of the most recent End of Times episode. Years ago, a sinister group called the Black Flight committed multiple crimes, including murder, to suppress evidence of Thargoid activity after the first year. The mainstream news feeds buried the story, of course, but the fearless truth seekers among us have repeatedly named the Colonia, Nietzsche, and Wasat systems as locations where the Black Flight operate. There's a real buzz in the region now, something going on that they don't want you to know about. Never give up your search for the right facts, people. Wow. And the plot thickens. Which also leans meaning to, who was it? Salvation, who said, and Elite Dangerous, in one of their podcasts a couple of weeks ago, when they said, depending on your participation in the events for furthering research on the Thargoids and the Guardians, will determine your outcome in the future. A very anonymous statement.
Yep.
Coming from Elite themselves.
Yep. They gave a statement in the past of like that before when the Thargoids first showed up.
Well, I've been playing this game a lot longer than you, and the Thargoids have been here for quite some time.
Yes, I know.
They were in the very first games, back in 1984.
No, I mean when they first showed up in this game, this specific iteration of Elite.
Yeah, but if you read what it says, all of it is still linked all the way back to the beginning.
Yep, I know.
But see, there's one thing, the difference between me and you, Philip. I bought the freaking books and read them. Elite Dangerous, there is 4 books, right, about the lore and about the Thargoids and the Guardians.
Elite Dangerous? Okay.
It's directly linked to Elite Dangerous.
Okay.
They had to give permission for the authors to write it, and they read the stories to make sure they didn't give away anything they shouldn't have gave away.
Yep.
I bought them and I read them. Because if you wasn't back here playing the game, learning the lore as you went, then you're just taking this commander over here's word for it, or this little excerpt you read here, and you don't know the backstory, the in-between story. You don't know the past, the present nor the future, unless you go back to the very beginning and study it and read it. Because if you ask a lot of the people that you watch YouTubes on, they can't tell you much about the lore except about the basics, what it is. If you get down in there and start asking them questions, they can't answer. They'll tell you, well, I'm not interested in that part.
Oh boy, tonight's going to suck like last night. Give me the bio I want. Hello, Trace, is that you?
Hello.
Hi.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello? Got a question for you, boss man. How many carriers can you put in one system at one time?
That depends on the system.
Colonia.
I'm not sure.
There's 124 there right now.
Okay. I guess it's at least 124 then.
Yeah, but if you remember right, when we went with D2, he said that if there's more than 25, we won't have to park on the outside of Colonia because you can't get into Colonia.
Huh. Well, that may have changed, or that may not have. That may not have been true, and that was just a number of people were bantering around. I don't know. But as far as I'm aware, it's not a system limit. It's a number of
Objects. Probably.
a number of no. Stop. Don't override what I'm saying. Each body can support a certain number of carriers. So it's loosely the sum of the number of carriers each object of certain types can allow.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily the same number per each type. For instance, small moons may have less that can orbit it than a gas giant, and less than maybe more or less than a star, because it depends on exclusion zones and all sorts of other things.
So in theory, a gas giant with no moons should be able to hold quite a bit, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. The gas giant can carry a certain number, and that may depend on whether or not it has a ring and the locations of its moons. But by solo, it may not be more, it may be more, maybe less, I don't know. But in addition to what's around, the gas giant, each moon has a limit.
Yeah.
And there's an interaction I'm assuming here. I'm assuming there's an interaction based on spacing. So the orbit size of the moon would limit the number of carriers within that orbit.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Bring up the galaxy map and look at Colonia.
Galaxy map?
Because when we went to the Crystal Shards, I couldn't get in a system that had 45 planets with 20 carriers in it. I mean, it has nothing to do with mining. It's just there's a puzzle going on, and I'm sitting there going, okay. But I like to drop my eye teeth. And if you look at the names of them carriers, the Leviathan came out at 2 o'clock. We're in the last region with Beagle Point. Pandora, we passed Pandora when we were doing the finding the logs, the transmission signals. We passed her 2 or 3 times along from Horsehead Nebula. A lot of cannon.
Yeah.
But everywhere I've gone to try to jump into, when you had any more than 20, 25 carrier, you can't get in there.
Oh, you know what? Colonia, I believe, is now a manufacturing.
It is. There is a fleet carrier.
But when you buy it, what does it do? It kicks your ass out to the nearest system.
Oh, does it?
Only once it's beyond 100.
Mm.
The carrier systems are. Yeah.
I counted them.
And a lot of them are not named, which tells me there's a whole bunch of brand spanking new carriers in that system.
I've only seen 3 that wasn't named.
I've seen most of the ones I've come up on weren't named.
No, you have to click on it for it to show you your name.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's...
Before you could just highlight over it and it show you, but now you gotta click on each one.
Now you gotta click on each one. Okay, then I don't know what's going on here.
Okay. Just curiosity.
That's a ton of carriers.
I can't imagine there being over 100 carriers in a single system.
Count them.
Yeah, it's easily that many.
How many planetary bodies are there, by the way?
Not enough to support that many carriers.
Yeah, that's why I thought.
Well, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That seems to be the right number around that body. But that group, I don't know what the hell they're orbiting.
Wait, there's a bunch of carriers just laying around in nothingness?
Yeah, I don't know what they're orbiting. Oh, they're orbiting a planetary pair? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what's going on here. I do not know what's going on here.
It's like the apocalypse is coming, right?
Well, maybe let me make sure my carrier's where it belongs.
Well, you know me, I like a mystery. Something going to be announced Thursday. There's going to be a live broadcast on Galnet. There's going to be a live broadcast on Elite. Something is cooking and it's going to pop off Thursday.
Okay.
Oh, damn, I think... Don't tell me that's the one I owe. Oh, yes, I found it! Yes, the 3rd goddamn sample. About time.
Alright, my carrier's where it belongs.
Yeah.
That's good. I was worried they pulled, jumped all the carriers back to Colonia.
Wouldn't they have to give you a message? Wouldn't that be a bitch? You're out mining tritium and all of a sudden your carrier jumps without you back someplace that you don't have no clue.
The hell is that? Oh. Okay, I'm back here. All right.
Okay, I'm ready to go mining when you are, sir. I just was bringing your attention to it because it just was mind-boggling to me when I can't jump my carrier in to a system because it has 20 to 25 carriers, but there's 124 out there in that one system. Okay.
Yep. It doesn't surprise me that there are systems that can take that many. It surprises me that Colonia can take that many. It doesn't seem to be the right size of system to support that. Retract landing gear. There's the Hazres over there. Oh, great. We're all completely in the dark over here. Can't see the ring.
Suit battery low.
Oh, okay. Can't see the ring because I'm edge on to it.
Suit
All right.
fully charged.
Anyways, I thought you might want a heads up about that and just kind of look at it because it's something we don't usually see.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. Oh, we'll be mining in the dark tonight.
Mining in the dark with another stranger.
You could pick
Mining
a
in the
different
dark.
spot.
No, we
Okay,
can't.
guys, can somebody buy him an education?
You're not doing the mapping, right? So why can't you?
No,
No,
but
but they want to be in the hazardous area.
That's the
there's only one
has.
Hazres. There's
Okay.
only one Hazres on this ring.
Ouch. Okay.
How do you ever remember to get on Elite every day?
You never
I'm
said
sorry.
there was only one. Don't pull that.
Actually, I did 2 days ago. I made the comment as I was looking around seeing if we had options.
There was a low, but there was only one hazardous.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
So don't say nobody never said because you.
Calm down.
All right. So I pulled into the Hazres and I'm heading out to 18K.
Well, I'm
And
falling in right behind you.
everybody and their brother's gonna come after me, but that's okay. Look, a whole bunch more people jumped in. Oh, how nice.
Cody may never go mining with us again.
What happened?
Last night we were in here mining away,
Yep.
and I seen that we were getting too close to the center. I said, let's veer right because we're getting too close to the center. I said, we got some over there, but hopefully they don't see us.
Too late.
Yeah, it was too late.
Oh God.
And anyways, by the time he got out, he had 6% all left.
Yep.
Yikes.
He doesn't have the shields to be in here.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there taking on 6, and I only lost a ring and partial of the second ring, and he was losing hull. And I told him, I said, get out of here, I'll get their attention. So I went to fire and then we got them coming after me while he jumped into Super Cruise and went back to carrier. And
Right.
when he jumped out, then I jumped out. But yeah, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So don't get any closer than, let's see, between 12 and 14.
Yeah, I like 16 to 20. That's where I like
Well,
to
we
be.
got to talking, and I got to wandering, and then when I looked at that, because
It's
it
like, oh
depends on
crap,
where
I'm
you
too
look.
close. Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on where you look. If you turn and look at it, it shows different than if you look in your navigation panel. And what was after him was a freaking anaconda.
Ouch.
Oh,
4 miles down.
a little over 20. I gotta move in a little bit.
Now, back to my
Oh, I
SSD.
think I'm just gonna stop right here and let these guys have fun killing each other.
Yeah. Well, those are. Who are they? Corral Woodland. What? Imperial.
All the wanted guys shooting at each other.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he may not want to go mining with me again, but I did get him out without him dying.
Oh, there's some serious security over there. They're just watching the wanted guys take each other apart.
Never interrupt your enemy when he's destroying himself.
Absolutely.
Wow, look at that. Deploy hardport. Who's. Good God.
Boom.
Serious security has deployed hardpoints. In a wing of 3. Okay.
Against the
Take him
pirates,
out,
I
boys.
hope.
Well, they better not be shooting at me. I'm neutral with them. We have no problem. What are they doing? Are they running away from the fight?
Guess so.
Okay. Way to go, security.
Run away.
Wait, the security is running away from the pirates?
Yep.
What? What the
The
hell?
fight's over here in front of us, and they're going to the right.
Oh my lord. What the fuck?
Well, we won't count on you guys saving our asses. That's for sure.
Oh lord.
Praisdemium 19.66. Right underneath Leopardite.
Interesting. I've got lepidolite of 32.69 and then material content medium.
Well, it's showing here. Let me shoot one and you see what it says. Yeah, I got the same thing you got. But what do you got?
On yours, I have praseodymium 19.66.
Yeah. But I got the same thing you did.
Hey, let's avoid that rock. It's bugged.
Thanks a lot, Elite. Galite 18.
Yeah, but I mean.
Yeah, I know. I'm just reading it off. I wasn't saying buying it.
Yeah. Come on, give me good stuff. Or at least 2 medium stuff. quickly you go from 20 kilometers to 18 kilometers.
Yeah, that's what got me in trouble.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say me. He got Cody in trouble.
Oh, excuse me.
And what was bad about it is when he hit 50, I said, "Okay, start looking for an exit," and he was trying to, but he has D-rated thrusters.
Oh God.
Ooh.
He's lucky to get
D-rated
out.
thrusters? And he was
Yeah,
able
and
to
see, he told
outrun?
me he had that set up like the Tia build. And I thought, well, hell, he won't have no problem getting out because it's got A-rated thrusters.
He just run out of money.
Yeah, but he didn't tell me that part. Or I'd have started telling him at 80% start running.
Yeah, as soon as they start firing with a lesser ship, get the hell out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he told me he had the Tia build, so I didn't think nothing about it.
What a bad thing to be cheaping out on, though.
It's 78 million. I can understand him going,
Mm,
because he don't have that much
yeah.
money. Although when I told the Burp Pit about it, they told me to tell him to join their Discord, and they'll give him the credits to buy his A-rated thrusters
Oh,
and set his
okay.
ship up.
Yeah, they're nice guys. They really, they got the money, to or in-game credits to be able to just sponsor people like that.
Yeah. As long as he's trying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they'll bend over
As long
backwards
as
to help him.
he's not just trying to get handouts, it's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Or, yeah.
But we still got people on the
We
radar.
still got people around. Yeah.
Oh, it's security.
Serious security, and the rest are too far away. They're just blips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, I think I'll just start mining it.
My SRV is farther than I thought it was.
Your stream is just buffering, by the way, Philip.
What? Bloody hell.
And Boss Man,
Yeah.
No,
take a look.
It's working
Take a
fine.
look at Astro's latest video
No.
for videotaping
Well,
and camera
It may be
sweep.
fine. Maybe fine for what you're looking at, but I'm just looking at it buffering.
It might just be on your side then.
Don't think so, because I can see Triss is fine. Triss is buffering fine. Triss
Refresh
streams
the stream then.
shouldn't have to.
Well, it's according to my end, it's fine.
Okay, it's fine. End of subject.
Nope. I've got no stream from you.
Up.
Anyways, Boss Man, check out Astro's thing. He gives you all the ways to set up your free camera with your HOTAS and stuff, and tricks on OBS and stuff.
Cool. I'll have to look through that. Power to shields. Power to weapons.
What was that, a 20%er?
24, yeah.
May get 10 tons out of that.
You're over there, I'll slide this way.
Right here. There it is.
Drive assist on.
watched.
light.
Yeah, that'll work. Anyways, I watched and 2% Kelton.
Yep.
But I watched his stream and then took screenshots of what he had set for all of his.
Yeah, I went through his last tutorial was how I have mine set up.
On the camera suite?
Not in the camera suite, no, but on his OBS setup.
Okay.
I'll have to see how he's got his camera suite set up because it's...
Yeah, well, it's new because it has the Odyssey with no blackout and all that stuff.
Right.
So, but see, I
I
haven't
find
really
that-
set up my camera suite, so I thought, oh yes.
It's quite. It's okay for finding your bios as well.
Yes, it is.
So that's what I've been using.
Yeah, I know I
It's
have
always
to
worth-
reset mine up because I haven't set to the same controls as the ship. And so I can't control the ship and the camera at the same time.
Well, there's one that supposedly frees your camera, but also
Yes.
allows you to control the ship.
Yeah. That's how I've got
That's
it
the
up.
one I want.
Well, that's
That's how I
free
put my
camera
settings.
mode, and you just have different controls for the ship and for the camera.
But he also shows you how to set it up on your SRV and on foot.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Or he
Oh, I'll
shows you
have
where
to-
to put the control for SRV and on foot.
Cool.
Because it'd be nice if you're on foot, you get out and look around the corners to see who's there.
Yep.
Drive assist on.
Yuck.
Oh, that one got nothing.
Yeah. I hate to even tell you now that we've seen that first rock tells you fibs.
Yeah, I know. We've had that happen a couple of times in the past, and the rock has always did nothing that was either one of the ones.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a group of 3 coming in. Oh, never mind. There's serious security, so who cares? Indite, you're near, or whatever. Oh, my head tracker seems to have gone offline. Oh, yes, my head tracker crashed. Okay.
As long as it's that, not your computer. And, Philip,
Huh?
I'm watching Trace alright, but yours was buffering there, so I don't know what happened.
My video seems fine on my side.
Well, it was, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because I went over and looked. And I'm not in Malaysia.
What the?
So when I did get it to reset, it kept buffering and buffering, then it just settled down again.
Yeah. Yeah, like 6%.
Yeah, this system isn't big enough for this many carriers. What the hell's going on here?
Well, who knows? They may have upped the numbers.
To Colonia specifically? That's...
I guess he wasn't paying no attention to you earlier there, Trace. Eight. I got, okay, 6.77. I hate their damn graphics.
Ah, okay. Core! It's a monazite core with samarium and nothing good.
4.16 Colton,
Yeah.
which give you probably 2 tons.
Yeah, not worth the time.
Engage.
Because 2 Point gave us 1 ton of Colton. Point.
We got internal lifts. Okay, so we gotta go in a little bit more. Above. Hello. Nothing really close. I guess I'll do that one. You're an Inuite.
Orbital flight engaged.
Well, I didn't come out here today in mine, so it should all be, just from us last night.
Shouldn't it have all refreshed by now then?
Not necessarily.
I'm just saying that. Oh, here we go.
Oh, that's a good rock. Okay.
Yeah.
If Lynn had been mining it during the day, it might not have been time to
Well,
reset yet.
she said she wasn't there mining during the day.
That's the reason why I told Mr. Trace I made sure I didn't come out mining today, so it all should be refresh,
Refreshed,
regen, whatever.
Next system.
I'm gonna have to back up before that big rock hits me.
Yeah, there's a little
Lighting gear
point on it, and if
That big thing just wiped out all my lipids. Alright.
This place is flat as a pancake.
Alright, where's the... What? guys. It's funny, if I want to go in towards the hotspot, there's lots of juicy rocks just off to my left. But it'll just keep drawing me closer and closer if I do that.
Yeah. I know all about it, boss man.
The easy way of mining leads you right into where they're gonna get ya.
Yeah.
Stop here. I'm gonna shoot these two just to my left just to see what they're like.
What?
I'm gonna shoot these two that are like flying
Oh,
by.
38.
We'll
Colton.
be over. We'll be over to that one in a minute. Nothing there.
I can put a prospector in that one if you want to
Oh,
shoot
don't
another
worry about it. I know where it is.
one. Okay, no. Seven.
Okay.
It don't take long to pick it up, does it?
Nope. I can turn around backwards somehow. How did I get turned around?
Following the rock.
Must have flipped myself upside down.
Not me.
Trace?
Trace.
Yeah, Trace.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's still.
okay.
Yeah, he's crashed.
That was weird. I recalled my ship and it was coming down. It hovered and then it just took off again. What the? Oh my. Gonna have ship problems tonight too? I need to pay the AI pilots more, maybe. I don't know.
I don't pay them at all.
Shoot, no matter what he does, he's going to be in deep crap when he comes
Yeah,
in.
not landing. Lowered landing gears. And I can't get on my ship because the blue circle won't show up. Time to relog.
Well, where you're at, it's not no big deal.
It is a big deal if relogging doesn't work.
Well, it's not like you're a Trace and got cargo on board and every freaking pirate in the world's going to be after your ass.
No, I'll just be stuck on a planet 9,000 or so light years from the bubble. That's all. Please land. Damn it. Oh, okay, it's landed.
That is not good for the Trace, that. Computer crashed.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning.
Philip, your stream's buffering again. Running then buffering, running then buffering.
I don't know what to say. It's, the video feed's running flawlessly on my end. I wish I could show you my screen. and not just the game.
Actually, if you watch Down to Earth Astronomy, he shows you how you can put your stream and use it as your game, and that way you can be watching what people are seeing.
Drive assist off.
Must be graphics glitch here. Those tower things not fully rendered.
Drive assist on.
He don't know if his computer will come back up.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh damn. Hope his computer didn't die.
They said a hardware malfunction, so it could
Oh man. Yeah, that's not good. You know what? I'm not playing around with you, fungi. I'll go to the next system. This planet hates me.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. System scan complete.
Yeah, only two.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
I'm sure glad we wasn't in the center closer than what we was.
Oh, leave you getting pounded on.
Three, two,
Yeah, because had there been anybody in there,
Yep.
to fight, yep, there I'd been all by myself. So glad it happened where it happened. But now I'm pretty safe because I came over here into the Serendibite hotspot out of the hazards,
fuel scooping.
and I'll continue to mine.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Cam, you still here?
I guess not.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I forgot to switch my mic off for some reason. I don't know why.
I figured Steam was messing up as usual until
It's so
Philip
quiet.
said, "Guess not."
Border World 1. At least one more.
System scan
Border World 2.
complete.
I'll be right back, guys. Going for coffee.
Okay.
Two terraformables, one being the Border World. One of the Border Worlds, I should say. We have what looks like a sixth file.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Hey,
Hi,
Oh,
guys.
hi, Trace.
Hi. Lynn's away for coffee.
So you're still alive, huh?
Well, my computer came back, but the
Eventually.
WHEA uncorrectable error is an error that means my computer is dying.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
It's time you get something, even if it's a crappy laptop. Something.
Laptop can't run this game.
It should be able to
Can.
these days.
I can.
Yeah, most laptops should be able to run this game.
Not about
Mine
older
won't.
one, but
So, what's your decision, Bossman?
Well, I'm restarting my game. I'll jump in and probably go, given that it's 9:30 already, it's time for me to bail and go sell the ore.
Okay.
what little you've got.
What little I've got, yeah.
You should have at least 40.
Yeah.
You got that many, huh?
Well, it doesn't take too many good rocks.
I'm here in the Serindaban hotspot, and
Tiny.
like here it's Galite 21.65 and silver 8.21, so it's not even that bad over here.
Just
Well,
the
you don't have
multiplyer's
to-
different.
Surface scan
Yeah.
complete.
This planet's landable, I believe. Oh,
But I
yep.
thought, well, since you're gone, I'm gonna come over here so I don't have to fight
Keep
too
looking.
much.
Yeah, don't have to keep looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
A landable, terraformable.
But I hate to hear that about your computer. Because if you can't get it booted back up, all the data you saved on it is.
Oh no, the hard drive's going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's
What
it's,
hardware did it say it was having problems with?
when my daughter's computer and my wife's computer had this problem, it was the motherboard in both cases. And since those two machines were an exact duplicate of this one,
Okay.
undoubtedly,
Yep.
it's
the
the
same
motherboard.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, time for me to.
Run.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go into solo so it doesn't have as many networking things to deal with.
That's fine.
Just in case that plays into it. And in any case, I'm gonna beeline it out of here and don't pass go, don't collect $200. But yeah, that's basically the WHEA error is due to a hardware interrupt failure. Power to shields. Power to engines. Power to engines.
Anubis, this isn't the time to not listen.
No, it's fine.
Orbital flight engaged.
It's not too far enough away that if you just turn and go, it's not too hard to get out.
Yeah, I know
Yeah, that's good.
that's not the issue. If your PC's in the middle of dying, every moment you can log in counts.
Oh no, it could take months for this thing to finally keel over.
It's just an annoyance waiting for it to die.
Yeah.
Yes, its performance will gradually degrade over time until it's dead.
But he's run that computer for a year now, knowing it was on its last leg, so.
Yeah. What's taking so long to enter this planet? It's not that big. Despite its looks.
I have 63 tons. Not an impressive evening, but better than nothing. Disengage. Why, thank you, carrier. I hope I'm good health.
Yeah, it's like, oh, come on,
good
man.
healing
Even my
treatise.
carrier's into this good health crap.
Too bad they don't have voices for the different bridge crews rather than that automated.
Oh, you can't add voice packs to them?
Nope.
You can add some female or male, can't you?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Deploy landing gear.
I thought you chose that one because you liked her
Oh,
voice
that's
better.
true. Yeah, you can choose it, but they're all automated computer voices. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, there's definitely gravity on this planet. Yes, there is 1.2 Gs.
I'm just glad that you crashed when you did and not when we were in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, no kidding. That would have left you in a tough location.
I would have said, "Oh, dear, run!"
I wouldn't blame you.
So thanks, computer, for that much. Anyways,
Charging.
Yeah,
hope
thanks
you
for
have a
small
quarter.
favors.
Yeah.
4, 3.
But, I mean, the problem is with the silicon shortage right now, all computer parts are outrageously expensive.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Galaxy map. Track landing gear. Engage. gauge.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Just hope the silicon shortage goes away soon so that I can get a new computer or put one together.
Surface scan complete.
And that's big for the world.
System map. I'd like to direct your attention to our flight attendants for a brief safety presentation. Don't fly with a broken computer. Okay, next. Not much I can do about that.
Puzzle 13 entered the atmosphere, returned without a computer.
Incorrect.
If it's Fred, wasn't it?
It crashed when going around the moon, but it rebooted on its way back. Otherwise, they would not have been able to survive.
Okay, I could have sworn they did the calculations the old-fashioned way. And,
There's no way to enter them. Couldn't have happened.
okay.
At least not that I know of. I could be wrong. But I remember that they congratulated the engineers on having a computer that would self-reboot. The engineers were absolutely surprised. They said, "Hey, I have no idea how it came back up."
Oh, okay. My bad then.
They should not have survived, but somehow the computer rebooted itself.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why they shouldn't have survived. I mean, what could go wrong did go wrong. So it's amazing they made it back.
There's a will, there's a way.
Sometimes you get dumb shit lucky.
Yep.
Oh,
And at that time when you know you're going to die no matter what,
Yep.
you're not afraid to try new and experience things.
Anything to try and survive.
Yeah.
Deploy landing gear.
I believe NASA was ready to contact the wives and let them know that it was sorry for your loss.
Surface scanned by 50%.
I mean, everybody knows if you go into space, you're basically playing Russian roulette because there ain't nobody that can come after you because it takes months for them to set anything up to go up. So, you know.
I think it's amazing that they've come up with materials that are self-sealing that'll take that much pressure.
Yeah. Or at least they tell us it's self-healing.
Yeah.
But
It
has to be.
probably is.
I mean,
Yeah, it's got to be actually.
they've had enough, collected enough meteorites from the insides.
Yeah.
And they've had a number of times where a couple of guys out on spacewalks come back with broken legs
Yep.
or arms, or because a micrometeorite shot through the suit.
Yep. And you have to imagine, it doesn't even need to be like anything of substance. I mean, there's all kinds of dust particles too. You know, even that could tear a hole in your suit.
Yep.
I'd like to know how the twin ended up with completely different DNA than his brother.
That doesn't surprise me either.
That intrigues me more than the space dust.
Well, the space capsules we've got don't do a great job at blocking out on the different types of radiation they face up there, so it's not too surprising. Galaxy map?
Yeah, but him being exposed to it that much, you just thought he'd come up with some kind of cancer by now.
Yeah. Or some cellular breakdown of sorts. Something.
But he's a senator.
Of course.
Now. But his twin brother also went up in space, but his DNA didn't change.
Track landing here.
Maybe he's been abducted and he's a different one. Really got a spaceman instead.
Could be.
Like Alien.
Could be.
Well, they keep changing the materials the ships of stuff are made out of, so
yeah.
The older ones may have blocked whatever caused the change. The newer ones don't.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just throwing out a
speculating
possibility. Yeah. Because obviously, if they met the same conditions, they would both be changed in some way.
You would absolutely think so, yeah. But they both went up about the same era. I don't know what ships they went up on, you know, what the difference is in the ships. Or the rockets, or whatever, or shuttles, or whatever the hell you want to call them.
Engage. System map. Okay, fine. Don't give it to me. I'll just look it up in the left panel.
Anubis doesn't want to play.
You have multiple computers malfunction in here. Not a good sign. What happens if your landing gear doesn't want to go down?
Oops.
I have buttons for that. I believe in redundant systems. What sucks is I really can't afford to repair my computer right now. Next year around this time I'll be able to.
Oh,
Well,
It's
not
been a
just
whole.
now.
that's
Not
a
just
long
now, no.
wait.
Yeah. Well, I'll just have to hope it holds together. Otherwise, the stream may have to go on hiatus for a little bit.
You could try to get the board repaired.
No.
Nearly as much as probably costs as much as buying a new one.
More. Because this board is too old. Nobody
Oh.
deals with these anymore. So for me to replace this, I have to get a new motherboard, memory,
New
and
processor.
CPU.
Yep.
Yep. Luckily, the graphics card is still compatible, so.
Yeah,
But,
because your memory's probably too slow now, is it?
You'll want to upgrade that too if you're building a new PC.
The new boards use a different series of memory. This is DDR3. All the new ones use DDR4. Yes, this is an old computer, and it still plays Elite.
Yep.
It's ancient.
I've got an old
Almost.
computer downstairs that doesn't work.
Almost 7 years old at this point.
Oh, really?
No,
I-
my one's even older than that.
I've
10
been,
years older, one downstairs.
yeah, I've been using a computer that's older at this point until it died
Probably even older than that.
at the end of last year, or at the last quarter of last year.
What?
Back in like August, I had to build a new PC.
But
My
the
old
other
one's
thing
still
is-
running. I got a new one because it was Windows 7, and I was going to play Microsoft Windows 2020 Flight Simulator. You had to have Windows 10, and I didn't want to update Windows 7 to Windows 10.
Well, a power
just got me a
surge
new
caused
computer.
by a lightning storm fried my video card. So, and
Oh, well, that's
And
not
it
a good
was
thing
in-
at this day and age.
it was an integrated video card on that.
Oh,
So,
took out the motherboard.
yeah, it screwed up the motherboard.
I have 2 surge protectors, and if it gets my computer, the company I got the surge protectors from will replace the computer free of charge.
Really? What search
Yeah.
protector company is this?
ATC. Deploy landing gear.
We're in another period here, daily thunderstorms. It's so
Monsoon
dark
season.
outside, you think it's nearly nighttime.
Yeah, I know.
It's always a wet season, it's just either wet or very wet.
Yep,
And,
yep,
and also hot. Sunny, wet, hot.
Yep.
That's the 3 things you get here. All 3 together, sometimes.
Here in Oklahoma, if you don't like the weather, wait 30 minutes, it'll change.
Yeah.
Well, I liked it when I was in Hawaii. At 4 o'clock every day, liquid sunshine happens.
Liquid.
Surface scanned by 50.
Well,
Yeah.
you can normally tell when it's going to start raining heavy. The wind
Surface
picks up
scan
first.
Complete.
Wind picks up, they think there's rain on its way, or it starts getting dark and cloudy and think there's a thunderstorm coming soon. Normally we don't get them till about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, but this one's an early morning one. So it's unusual.
Well, in Hawaii, 4 o'clock every day, the trade wind's building up moisture up on top of whichever island you happen to be on. That it comes crashing down on the other side as rain.
Hmm
5 minutes of rain coming out of a clear sky. Yep. Liquid sunshine.
I'll park on this planet for the night.
Alright, I have limpets. Oh, gotta set up firing groups.
And tomorrow I'll search for these 6
Are you already
bodies.
back on the cur?
Yeah. Doesn't take
Okay.
me long. Alright, control groups are all set up. Limpet controllers are on board. I have 400 limpets. I'm ready for tomorrow night.
Hopefully
Alrighty.
everything goes wrong.
Well, hopefully my computer decides to stay up for the whole night tomorrow night. We'll see. The other thing, one of the things that happened the past 2 nights is I think during the stream at some point somebody broke it. Well, I say broke into my car, but since I haven't been locking it. It's really they just opened the door. But then again, I don't leave anything in there. So the only reason I knew they were in there is some stuff from one of the internal, storage things was spread out over the seat. But I didn't go out yesterday, so I don't know if it was last night or the night before that they went through the car. But there was nothing for them to take, and therefore they didn't take anything.
It's lucky they didn't just take the car.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a push button car. It needs the key with it.
Oh,
Keep the key fob. It's not within range of the car. It won't start.
Okay.
Makes it a little more difficult to hotwire. It's not that it's impossible. It's still possible. It's just nowhere near as easy. At any rate,
Since you're having computer problems,
Put your computer
I
in
would
the car.
suggest we go into just run the bright thing.
well, I'd rather go to where I can mine as efficiently as possible. That way, if I'm limited on time, I get more. And there's no problem. I mean, I've got enough shields to get out of there, even if it popped me in the center. It doesn't matter. I can boost and run, no problem. The only thing that with it, I won't have as much to collect because I crashed.
Yeah.
And well, it is what it is. Hopefully it will behave itself for a while. I mean, the last time I had that exception was a couple of months ago, so hopefully it'll be a couple more months before it happens again. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, it has other crashes that it exhibits that are more common, like the boot loop problem. But the boot loop is a symptom, and so is the other one, and it tells me the motherboard is going. How long it lasts? I mean, it could last 1 year, 2 years before it goes completely. If it lasts a year, that'll be great because I'll have a little bit of cash and be able to take care of that. But yeah, we'll see. See what happens. I may have to go into debt for a couple of months before if it really dies. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Have to play it by ear and hope it holds together. In any case, for those of you who came along for the ride this evening, thank you very much for coming along. It was great to have you, and I'm sorry about the computer crash in the middle. There's only so much I can do about that, and right now I don't have the cash to pull it off. I wish I had the cash to rebuild the computer, but I just don't at the moment. So, I just have to accept that from time to time it's going to give me issues. In any case, let's see. Come over here. Camille, Lynn, and Philip, thank you very much for joining me in the voice chat tonight. It's great having you guys along as always. And where the heck is Chris hanging around? Does he desert us?
I think he must have fallen asleep.
I
think he must have fallen asleep playing his car simulator, Car Mechanic Simulator.
Oh.
Yeah, that game's kind of hooked. It pulled him in. I don't know. Not for me.
It's relaxing.
Yeah, I get that. For me, it would just be annoying. I don't like working on cars to begin with. I'm trying to do it as a game. Forget it. At any rate, that's all I have time for now. We'll pick this up tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's all for now. This is Trace Majestus signing out.
Okay.
One of these days I'll get the sign out right.
I think you do all right, but that's just
Yeah.
me.
It's okay.
I try and keep it as consistent as I can, but
Yeah, there's a spacing, little off spacing.
You probably
Yeah,
need to
the
just
time.
sit and write it out and then post it and just read from it.
yeah. Well, I don't like to do that because you can tell when somebody's
Yeah,
reading
you
it.
can tell when someone's reading the script.
Which for me, when I was in back in early high school, when I was in the chorus and drama and that sort of thing, I had total recall. And so even when I didn't have the script in front of me, I was really reading the script and
Oh, okay. In your mind. In your
well, yeah, I
mind,
could see the
yeah.
script in front of me and I could just read it. But yeah, and so sometimes I had to get really comfortable with it before I would stop reading it off of my internal page.
Yeah.
And the person running it got a little annoyed at me a few times. Sound like you're reading it right off the script.
I'm
Well,
not.
I am.
I'm not. I can't help it. It's what I
I could have
remember.
helped it. I could. Oh, I could have helped it. It was a crutch. A crutch I lost when I fell out of a tree.
Oh, okay.
Fell out of a tree, hit my head on a rock, and I no longer had total recall.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay, now we understand.
Yeah, now you get it. Yeah.
You opened the door. I'm sorry. I just couldn't let that pass.
Well, I can't discount that there might be continued effects. You may not be just joking. I may actually. I mean, I've noticed my memory's been going to hell. But I don't know if that's accelerated it or not. But I do know my memory has been going to hell. We'll see. We'll see how far that continues. But who knows? Maybe someday this body will be sitting here with a complete, utter loss of memory. I don't know.
Then we call you the absent-minded commander.
Oh my Lord, Lynn.
Hey,
I saw that.
Opening the door.
I
I'm
saw
sorry.
that
I just
coming.
can't help but walk through.
I saw that coming
That's
by.
okay.
I thought maybe Lynn has the self-control to Nope.
No.
Hey,
No.
I'm an equal opportunist. People put themselves there. Dang.
You'll take it.
Yep.
Oh yeah. It's just Philip puts himself in the way of that train wreck more often
If you can't
than
laugh
anybody
at
else.
yourself, then you have a major problem. I mean, I joke all the time. I couldn't pronounce anything, no matter if my life depended on it. Everybody knows it. I know it. There's no sense in apologizing for it. It's the way it is.
Yeah,
Do I get mad because Trace corrects me? Absolutely not.
Yeah, it only took 8 or 10 months for you to get the first name right.
Wait.
Yeah,
Trace.
Trace. Well, the only reason why I did was Dick
Yeah,
Tracy.
it's Trace.
Trace.
Yes. She was
Trace,
saying Sid Tris?
Everybody says
No.
Tris when they start out.
Really?
I don't say Tris anymore. That's Castle and Cam. And I think sometimes Chris.
And sometimes Chris, yes. But it's trice, as
Yeah.
in the number 3
Yes, I know.
in any of the Latin languages,
Yep.
whether it's French, Spanish, Italian, Latin, whatever. In fact, Trice Majestus is a Latinization of an older name.
Yeah.
Except I deliberately misspelled it. And the reason I deliberately misspelled it is because of search engines, so you can find me instead of articles on Hermes Trice Majestus.
Yeah.
And also hence the wizard as the logo, because yes, I'm drawing it direct from Hermes Trice Majestus.
Mm-hmm.
At any rate, one of the first members of the Western magical traditions, and one who basically wrote a number of the founding works that most Western magical practice is based on, if you believe in magic, which a fair number of people do. In any case, that's the background of the name.
Okay.
So I will see you guys tomorrow night. I need to get to bed because it's 10 o'clock, which is my bedtime, and I got to be up at 6:30.
Yep. Good night,
Okay,
everyone.
Bossman.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I'll be going to see you.
Bye.
Okay, we finally found that sample, the third sample of that one, and we got a fourth bio on that planet, and then we left because the other two bios were not only your typical bios, but they were annoyingly rare. There's supposed to be bacteria down there, and I don't think I even seen one group of bacteria, and I only found one mushroom, so I figured not waste my time. So we jumped, came here, found two water worlds, and a whatchamacallit, a terraformable high metal content. One of the water worlds being terraformable as well. And then we found yet another 6th bioplanet. So we landed here. And, well, that's it then. We'll take this up tomorrow night. Thanks anyone who's watching. We'll pick this up tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, bye.